Hello everybody, in today's video we're going to be discussing angles of triangles. So there's two different theorems that we're going to talk about today. The first one is the triangle angle sum theorem. All that says is that the sum of the measure of the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So if we take this triangle, for example, triangle ABC, what it means is if we add angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C, that's equal to 180 degrees. Okay, and then the next one is the exterior angle theorem. An exterior angle is formed by extending any one of the sides of the triangle. So if we look at the triangle in this picture, we extended one side and that created an angle on the outside of the triangle, and this is considered an exterior angle. So an exterior angle is always equal to the sum of the two non-adjacent interior angles, meaning like this is the adjacent angle, this is next to the exterior angle, these are the two non-adjacent exterior angles. So if we were to add these together, that's what the sum is, add those two angles together, it's equal to that exterior angle. So the measure of angle 1, which is the exterior angle, is equal to the sum of the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3. All right, so those are the two theorems that we'll apply today, in addition to some of the properties that we've learned previously. All right, so the first question, question number 1, they want us to find angle 1, which is an interior angle, and they give us the other two interior angles, so we're going to use the triangle angle sum theorem, which says if we add all three angles in the triangle, so 24 plus 37 plus angle 1, it should equal 180 degrees. That's the triangle angle sum theorem. So to solve this equation, we're going to combine like terms. So we do 24 plus 37, and we get 61. So it'll be 61 plus angle 1 equals 180. And then to solve for angle 1, we subtract 61 from both sides. So 180 minus 61, that's going to give us 119 degrees. Okay, the next question, number 2, angle 1 is on the exterior of the angle. So the exterior angle theorem says that if we add the two non-adjacent interior angles, it'll equal that exterior angle. So the two non-adjacent interior angles would be 76 and 52. So the measure of angle 1 is equal to the sum of 76 plus 52. So if we just do 76 plus 52, we get 128. So that means that the measure of angle 1 is 128 degrees. Okay, number 3, they give us the exterior angle. They want us to find one of the interior angles. So this interior angle is one of the non-adjacent interior angles as well as the 79. So we know that if we add those two together, it should equal that exterior angle. So if we add angle 1 plus 79, it should equal 104. So then to figure out what angle 1 is, to get it by itself, we just subtract 79 from both sides. So 104 minus 79, that gives us 25. So angle 1 would be 25 degrees. Okay, moving on to number 4. Now we're looking for multiple angles here. So let's see, if we look inside of the triangle on the left side, it looks like they give us two angles and they want us to find the third angle. But if we look at the triangle on the right side, they only gave us one angle, so that we can't start there. We need to start where we have two angles. So to find angle 1, we know that we're going to do the triangle angle sum theorem because they're all interior angles. So 66 plus 84 plus the measure of angle 1 should equal 180 because those three are interior angles of that triangle. So we're going to combine like terms. So 66 and 84, that combines to 150. So if 150 plus the measure of angle 1 equals 180. And then to solve for angle 1, we're going to subtract 150 from both sides. And then we end up getting the measure of angle 1 equals 180 minus 150, which is 30. So angle 1 would be 30 degrees. Okay, the next one, angle 2 and angle 3, well, we have to think back to some of our previous rules. What I do notice is that these two angles here form a straight line. The 84 and the angle 3 form a straight line. So if we did 180 minus 84, since they're going to be supplementary, linear pairs are supplementary, that would give us angle 3. So 180 minus 84, that gives us 96. So angle 3 would be 96 degrees. All right, and then to find angle 2, now we're going to look at the interior angles in this triangle. So we have a 96, a 43, and then a missing angle, angle 2. So we're going to do the triangle angle sum theorem again to find angle 2. So I'll do that over on the other side. It's going to be add the three angles together. So that'd be 96 plus 43 plus the measure of angle 2 equals 180. Combine like terms, so 96 plus 43, that's going to be 139. So 139 plus the measure of angle 2 equals 180. And then subtract 180 minus 139 to get the angle 2 by itself. And we get the measure of angle 2 equals 41. So angle 2 is 41 degrees. Okay, number 5. Again, we're looking for 3 different angles. The one that's popping out of me right away is we have vertical angles. So up here we have a 61 degree angle. So the vertical angle should also be 61. And then to find the remaining angles, we're going to apply the triangle angle sum theorem on the top, and then also apply it to the bottom. So for the top, it's going to be 68 plus 61 plus the measure of angle 1 equals 180. Combine 68 and 81, or I'm sorry, 68 and 61. That would be 129. So 129 plus the measure of angle 1 equals 180. And then to figure out what angle 1 is, we're going to subtract 180 minus 129. And we get the measure of angle 1 is 51 degrees. Down here, for angle 3, we have a 90, a 61, and then angle 3. So we're going to do 90 plus 61 plus the measure of angle 3 equals 180. Combine the like terms, so 90 plus 61 is 151, so 151 plus the measure of angle 3 equals 180. And then to figure out what angle 3 is, we need to get rid of the 151, so do 180 minus 151. And we get 29. So angle 3 is 29 degrees. Okay, number 6. There's this special little thing hidden here. It says BC bisects angle BCD, meaning bisect means cuts it in half. So angle ACD, that'd be down here, this 90-degree angle. So BC is bisecting it, it's cutting it in half. So what that means is that the top and bottom are going to be the same number, so we divide by 2. So 90 divided by 2 is 45. So angle 2 and 3 are both going to be 45 degrees. All right, and then to find the remaining angles, angle 1 and 4, we're just going to do the triangle angle sum theorem. So in the top, we're going to do 48 plus 45 plus angle 1 equals 180. And then down at the bottom, we're going to do 45 plus 83 plus angle 4 equals 180. Okay, so we're going to apply the triangle sum theorem to both of those, and then we'll figure out what the missing angles are. So 48 plus 45, that's going to be 93. So 93 plus angle 1 equals 180. And then to figure out what angle 1 is, we're going to do 180 minus 93. And we get 87. So angle 1 would be 87 degrees. Down at the bottom, 45 and 83. That combines to 128. So it'll be 128 plus angle 4 equals 180. And then to solve for angle 4, we're going to subtract 128 from both sides. So 180 minus 128, that gives us 52. So angle 4 is 52 degrees. All right, so that's how we use the triangle angle sum theorem and the exterior angle theorem. Okay, so on to the next page. So this is just where we're going to apply a little bit of algebra, and then we're also just going to look at a couple of different properties that also can apply and help us here. So in number 7, looks like to find angle 1, we can use the triangle angle sum theorem because we're given two interior angles, so we can find the third one with that theorem. So we're going to do 41 plus 75 plus angle 1 equals 180. Combine the like terms, so 41 and 75, that combines to 116. So 116 plus angle 1 equals 180. And then 180 minus 116, that's going to give us 64. So angle 1 is 64 degrees. All right, now over here for angle 3 is inside of this triangle, so we have the other two angles again. So we're going to do for that one 90 plus 54 plus angle 3 equals 180. Combine 90 and 54, we get 144 plus angle 3 equals 180. And then to figure out what angle 3 is, we do 180 minus 144, and we get 36. So angle 3 is going to be 36 degrees. All right, and then the last thing is we need to find angle 2. So angle 2 is within this straight line here. So we have these three angles that make a line. So we know that a straight line is 180 degrees. So these three angles, 64, 90, and angle 2 should also add up to 180. So we're going to do 64 plus 90 plus angle 2 equals 180. Combine the like terms and we get 154 plus angle 2 equals 180. And then to find out angle 2, we're going to subtract 154. So 180 minus 154, that gives us angle 2 is 26. Okay, and then the last type that we can use some previous knowledge about would be number 8. So at number 8 it says that line L is parallel to line M. So if line L is parallel to line M, things that we want to look out for are alternate interior angles. So remember that when we did these alternate interior angles, we take the two parallel lines and then we connect it with a transversal and it makes this Z shape. And then the angles that are inside of the Z, so 49 and angle 4, those are alternate interior angles. So angle 4 would also be 49 degrees by alternate interior angles. All right, same thing up with angle 1. So if we do the parallel lines and then connect the transversal, we have another one of those Z shapes. So angle 1 and 73, those are both inside of the Z. So angle 1 would also be 73 because they're alternate interior angles. Okay, and now we can just find the remaining angles by doing linear pairs. So angle 4 and 5 are a linear pair. So to find angle 5, we do 180 minus 49. So 180 minus 49, that gives you 131. To find angle 3, we have that linear pair, 180 minus 73. That gives us 107. And then for angle 2, we have these three angles that make 180. So if we did 180 minus 73 minus 49, that would give us angle 2. So that comes out to be 58. So angle 2 would be 58 degrees. The other way we could have done that is that we have these three angles in the triangle also make 180 degrees. So if we did 73 plus 49 plus angle 2 equals 180, we would have wound up doing the same thing, and we would have still gotten 58 degrees. All right, so the next thing we're going to do in the next 3 questions is we're going to apply some algebra. So it's going to be the same properties, just a little bit of algebra will be applied here. Okay, so for the first one, we have 3 interior angles. So the expressions for the interior angles, so we're going to add them all together. It's going to equal to 180. So the top one, angle E, that's 9x plus 3. So we're going to do 9x plus 3 plus angle F, that's 11x minus 21. And then for D, that's 5x minus 2. And we know that the 3 angles in any triangle add up to 180, so we're going to say equals 180. And then we're going to solve the equation. So we're going to first combine like terms. 9x and 11x is 20x, plus 5x is 25x. Then 3, negative 21, and negative 2. So 3 minus 21 minus 2, that's going to be minus 20. And then we solve that equation. So add 20 to both sides, we get 25x equals 200. And then do 200 divided by 25, and we get x is 8. Okay, now we're going to take that value of 8 and plug it into each angle. So 9 times 8 plus 3, that's going to give us 75. And then angle F, 11 times 8 minus 21, that's going to give us 67 degrees. And then angle D, 5 times 8 minus 2, that's going to give us 38 degrees. So those are our 3 answers. Angle E was 75 degrees, angle F was 67 degrees, and angle D was 38 degrees. And now one thing that you might want to check is add these 3 angles together. They should add up to 180, so let me check. 38 plus 75 plus 67, yeah, they all equal 180. So we know that our answer is correct. Okay, so the next one, number 10, that one is, we have an exterior angle. So we're going to use the exterior angle theorem, which says the exterior angle equals the sum of the 2 non-adjacent interior angles. So that would be angle A and B. So that means angle 18x minus 15, which is the exterior angle, equals the sum of 13x minus 11 and 4x plus 1. Okay, so there's our equation we're going to use. Okay, so we're going to combine like terms. So 13x and 4x, that becomes 17x. And then negative 11 plus 1, that becomes negative 10. Okay, so there's our equation after we combine like terms. Okay, now we have x's on both sides. So I'm going to get rid of 17x from both sides. So if I subtract 17x, that cancels. And then if I subtract 17x on the left side, I get 1x. So 1x minus 15 equals negative 10. And then we add 15 to both sides. And we get x equals negative 10 plus 15, which is 5. Now to find, we have 4 different angles to find now. That includes angle ACB up here, which doesn't have anything in it. So to find angle A, which is CAB, we do 13 times 5 minus 11. So that's 54 degrees. Next one, angle ABC, that's going to be 4 times 5 plus 1. That's going to be 21. ACB, that's in here. So we can do the triangle sum theorem. So these 3 angles are all interior angles of the triangle, so these 3 should add up to 180. So if we did 54 plus 4x plus 21, and then plus, let's call this x for now, equals 180. Let's figure out what this missing angle would be, angle ACB. So 54 and 21, that combines to 75. So we 75 plus x equals 180. And then to figure out what x is, or angle ACB, subtract 75 from both sides, and we get x is 105. So angle ACB is 105. So to find this angle, we know that we can do the sum of these two angles equals the exterior, because the sum of the two non-adjacent angles equals the exterior angle. So 54 plus 21 equals 75. So we know this angle is 75. Or we also have a linear pair here. These two angles should add up to 180. So 180 minus 105 gives us 75. The third way is that we plug in x. So if we do 18 times 5 minus 15, we also get 75. So no matter which way we do it, we get that the exterior angle is 75 degrees, which is angle DCB. Okay, and then our last question. Let's see, they say in triangle PQR, so the interior angles of PQR, we have the measure of angle P, the measure of angle Q, and the measure of angle R. And they give us the expressions for each. They want us to find x and then find the measure of each angle. So that's exactly like number 9. They just don't give you the picture. But since they're all the interior angles, we know that we need to add the angles together and set them equal to 180. So that's going to be x minus 12 plus 5x minus 27 plus 2x plus 3 equals 180. Then we're going to combine like terms. So x, 5x, and 2x, that's going to be 8x. And then negative 12 minus 27 plus 3, that's going to give us negative 36. So there's our equation, 8x minus 36 equals 180. Then we're going to add 36 to both sides, and we get 8x equals 216. And then divide 216 by 8, and we get x is 27. And now we need to find the measure of each angle, so angle P, that's going to be x minus 12, so that's 27 minus 12. And 27 minus 12, that gives us 15 degrees. For angle P, or angle Q, that's going to be 5 times 27 minus 27. That's going to give us 108 degrees. Then for angle R, that's going to be 2 times 27 plus 3. That gives us 57. Let's just make sure. The interior angles of every triangle should always add up to 180. So 108 plus 15 plus 57, it comes out to 180. So now we know our answers are right. All right, so that's it for this lesson. If you have any questions, reach out. Have a good day.